Ready? Ready?
I'm ready now.
All right. Welcome to another episode of First Reaction Fan Reaction. I'm your host, Dara Whitman, and here with me is my lovely co-host,
Cailin Clothier.
How are you?
Oh man, it just keeps coming. And it don't stop
Are you
coming.
just as
Don't stop coming.
Are you as emotionally riled up as like last time we recorded?
I'm not sure because we had a season finale and a season premiere last time we recorded.
That is true.
And this isn't, but it still keeps up the energy, which is good, but bad for my psyche.
All right, well, stuff. Okay, so in these two episodes, stuff happened.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff.
Right.
Some good, I'd say some good stuff.
Yeah.
Some bad stuff.
Yes.
Some gross stuff.
Ooh.
Some meh stuff. Meh.
Yeah.
Meh. Oh. All right. So, what shall I say is we're still on Orphan Black.
Yes.
We're still on season 2.
Yes.
We're talking about episode 3, Mingling Its Own Nature with It.
Okay.
And episode 4, Governed as It Were by Chance.
Nice.
So, we're kind of gonna go, I'm gonna talk about Sarah, like, for about the first half. And then we're gonna go into other characters, because the main arc is kind of Sarah's, and then other characters do stuff.
Right. Yeah, Sarah's kind of holding the bulk of the plot.
She's the main character, technically.
Yeah.
So, but we start out, anybody remembers the last episode? Sarah and Kira drove away from the bird watchers.
Yes.
And Mrs. S murdered them.
Because they were dead.
Well, no, they weren't dead when they ran away.
Well, yeah, because
Mrs.
S took care of that.
And they got Felix, and now they're off.
Yes.
Doing a thing.
So many things are happening.
Yeah, so now they're in a truck, and so they're sleeping in the truck. Felix is not a fan of camping, as we see.
Mm-hmm. I relate to that. I also don't like camping.
I don't think I've ever actually gone like real camping. I've like camped out in front of like people's front yards.
No, I've gone like real camping like once or twice, and it was only for like a day, and I could only stand it for a day.
Although I forgot, no, I did go camping on the I went on the Appalachian Trail one time, and I went camping.
Oh yeah, oh that's cool.
I hated it so much.
Yeah, no, I don't like camping. If you do like camping, that's awesome.
I've been to like summer camp, but that doesn't really count.
Yeah,
because that's kind of like you have a cabin. I think camping in a cabin sounds fine.
Yeah, you know what? The outdoors are great. Love the hiking and stuff, but also I like indoor plumbing.
Me too.
Really like indoor plumbing.
Yeah, but and they realize like they need to get food, so this is important. They go to a general store first.
Yes.
And they do this lovely thing that's everybody should really do. Felix goes in to, take some stuff, and they distract the owner with Kira attempting to steal candy.
Yes. They use the child as a distraction, but she's really good at it.
She's really good. Look, Kira, when she grows up, is going to make a great detective or con artist, or both.
Both. Why not both?
Why not both?
Just like do like cyclical justice.
I think the general store owner like knows what happened. Probably.
Yeah, no, he figures it out.
And
later.
Sarah kind of gets upset because, like, she doesn't want to have to force her daughter to do this.
Yeah.
But, like, they were desperate.
Right, and they need to eat.
They do need to eat. So
especially the little kid.
So as they're doing this, Sarah is, what is she doing? She talks to Felix and says, like, I know this area. I've been here before. There's a bunch of cabins. Let's just find an empty one. Yeah. And stay there, and let's, like, give her a bed.
Yes.
Which sounds nice. So we do that,
idea. And
we get to a cabin. It's a nice cabin.
Yeah, got all the amenities.
Okay, we're going to stop there right now, and I'm going to basically go through everybody else's whatever happened, because, like, it wasn't a ton. Some of it was really important, but it wasn't a ton of stuff.
Right.
But we're going to go through it, and then we're going to get back to Sarah.
Sounds good.
Do you want to talk about poor Allison?
Oh, Allison.
Look, Allison's not doing well, guys. Like,
no, she's got a lot. She's dealing with a lot right now.
She's paranoid. She's got a musical. Her husband is her monitor. She thinks there's another monitor because Angie kind of wants to, like, become...
Yeah, Angie, the detective who is partnered up with
Art.
And, I feel like she's made so you don't like her. She seems like I'm just, like, not supposed to like her.
She's kind of like... I'd say, like, she's basically Art, except a bit colder.
Yeah, she's very dedicated to the cause, and because she's not in on any of it, like, she doesn't get it, but I think, like, trying very hard.
So Art was also kind of, like, in on the cause, and, like, wanted to help us together. And I love the line where Angela's like, you're now, like, betraying two partners. Yeah. And I'm like, he's not betraying Beth.
Yeah, like, he's actually,
Yeah, it's kind of like a thing of just, like, Angie's kind of like that cold-hearted bitch.
Yeah.
And Art's a bit more caring, so, like, you can trust him more.
I feel like Angela is the hero of another story.
Like, definitely.
That same exact character, but in a different setting that does not involve clones. Like she's a great detective. But being in this story, she's got it all wrong.
Yeah. I know like a lot of people really don't like Angela, which I get.
Yeah.
I think considering like much later on, I don't hate her as much.
Okay.
But because she's trying to get in with Allison, Allison now thinks they're getting her another monitor, and they know what happened with Ainsley, and she's just freaking out.
Yes.
She's calling everybody for help.
Yes.
Nobody can really help because they're kind of dealing with
everyone has their own stuff to deal with now.
Yeah, like literally everybody, and it's like real shit that they're worrying about.
Yeah.
It's bad, guys.
And
she's got the musical, which involves a dead body.
Yeah. She's the star of a musical
that we talked about last time. But it's opening night.
Yay.
And she is hopped up on many bottles of alcohol and pills. Guys, it's not good.
No, she's deep in that rabbit hole. Uh-huh.
And we get to opening night. Donnie's there. Felix shows up, which is, good on Felix.
Yeah, because earlier on, Sarah and Felix kind of have a...
They have a fight, which we'll get into why later. But, so that's why Felix is back with Allison. And she performs it, and she's a bit tipsy.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, she's out of it.
And as she's singing like with a lot of raw emotion, and then she just falls off the stage.
Yes.
And we don't know what happened exactly. Well, like we know she fell off the stage, but like we don't know like we'll get to like what happened in the next episode with her. But it's just you're just kind of like, aw, Allison.
Yeah, she needs help.
Yeah, because like I don't like what she's an alcoholic and druggie.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to think about it, like, maybe for a while, and I feel like if her, like, she was probably fine, and then all of this shit just happened to her, and then it's kind of intensified, but, like, some people, like, when that happens, they kind of go to other stuff.
Right.
So she's got a problem.
She does.
She does. Poor Allison. All right, let's talk about Cosima's plotline, which is actually interesting. She is doing some lab stuff with Delphine, Crazy Science.
Yes.
And they find a video of another clone.
Yeah.
Video diaries from another clone named Jennifer Fitzsimmons.
Yes.
Who, she seems nice. Lovely woman.
She seems like a sweet lady.
Okay, we should probably say she seems like she was a lovely woman because she's dead.
She's dead now. Spoiler alert.
She died from the illness, though.
The mysterious illness.
Illness.
That plagued the German lady.
And you kind of see, like, different sides. Like, you see, like, when she's, like, a beginning. I actually remember this. This was actually part of a promotion for season 2.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like, they showed, they had, like, this, like, video clip of the beginning part where she was, like, really all, like, kind of like, you know what, I'm hopeful, blah, 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 and, like, being, like, happy and peppy.
Right.
And then...
Yeah, because her video diary starts off, well, I'm not sure if it starts off, she gets help from the Dyad Institute.
Well,
right?
first she's, like, saying, like, they found polyps on her lungs, and they were... You know, that kind of thing. And then so it's like a side-by-side thing. So they showed that, like, kind of like, I'm hopeful that, like, I have this problem, but I'm hopeful I'm going to get better. And then they had the one near the end where she's, like, literally, like, about to die.
Yeah. And
that
she's
one
not feeling so hopeful
anymore. That one was rough.
Oh, that's hard. That's a hard watch.
Yeah, like, literally you just see kind of, like, from the video diaries I've seen, you see her being hopeful, her with her boyfriend, Monitor. And then, like, her, I guess because they were trying to use, like, I don't know if it was, like, chemo to use, because, like, she loses all her hair.
Yeah, they say later what it was, but it's a type of treatment, and I think it has similar effects to chemo, because she loses her hair, and something else happens. Oh, she gets, like, some growth. She gets, like, some, like, sores.
Yeah.
But,
so it's kind of depressing just to, like, see, like, this really happy girl just go from, like, no, I'm done, I'm gonna die, aren't I? That kind of thing. So that's fun.
Yeah.
And Cosima's also greatly affected. It's not going well, but they have her body... And they're going to do an autopsy. That was depressing.
Yeah.
Especially the part where they reveal the body and it's kind of just like looking at you, just like dead.
Yeah, imagine like unveiling your like lifeless corpse and just staring at it.
That's fun.
That's great. Awesome.
And then we do the autopsy and they do see some sores and they see, this is interesting, they see bigger like tumor kind of sores.
Like cyst thing. They're not cysts. They're like polyps. Yeah.
Polyps. And like but they're really like bigger and more mature. In her uterus.
Yeah, which might be where they originated, which could explain infertility.
But I brought up the question, if it explains the infertility, does that mean there's a couple clones out there that can't get sick? Think about it. I say a couple because now we're going to go to Helena.
Oh my. Everything that happened with Helena. Oh no.
I know, like I was saying, like now you're starting to feel bad for her even though she killed people.
Yeah, like, well, nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves.
We'll get to what happened. We'll get to exactly what happened in the next episode because that's when we fully figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, so Helena's still back with these like Prolethean people.
Yeah.
And she finds out nothing really that much happens, but she finds out that Tomas is dead.
Yeah.
And she talks to the Hendrix daughter Gracie for a little bit, and it kind of seems like Gracie's still like in the old ways and keeps calling her it.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Right.
And then we see like Hendrix kind of trying to talk to Grace about stuff as like Art's taking pictures. Art doesn't really do much this episode. He just like kind of finding the Proletheans.
Yeah.
Which, you know, good for him.
Yeah, he's doing some scouting.
Yep. And then we get to this marriage ceremony.
Oh my god, that was so creepy.
You wanna?
That was, okay, yeah, so there's like, they have this ceremony thing, and like everyone's dressed in white, except the guy's wearing like some nice tuxes, and they dress Helena in white. I'm not sure they got it like that, and she's obviously sedated. Mm-hmm. Like, she is out of it, and they do this kind of, you know, they have very ceremonial, and they have the thing that they say, and then they like tie their hands together, and it's with like the dad guy, right? It's with the dad guy, so it's not even like, I thought originally it was just gonna be with one of like the young men,
like maybe the one that we already knew about, like that we knew, like Mark.
Yeah, Marky Mark. I thought it was gonna be that guy, but I'm like, oh, we're one of those hyper-religious polygamous cults. I get it now.
Well, okay, so but like if you think about it, like was it just like so that it didn't, because like I guess it's kind of polygamous, but it was like
it's definitely polygamous.
Yeah, it's like spiritual marriage.
Yeah, so that actually, I feel like explaining, like if you look at it through the guise of it's like a polygamous kind of cult, the power structure and everything like starts to make a lot more sense when you just think about those types of like super hyper religious, where it's like one man and then like 87 wives, and it's all like a big honking mess.
I know. I watch a good amount of Escaping Polygamy.
Yeah, so
that was fun, wasn't it for you?
Yeah, I was. Oh my god, I was so uncomfortable the whole time.
I'm just more uncomfortable with the fact because like she was in a hospital. Helena was in a hospital gown for a while, and then she put this. And then who dressed her?
Yeah,
I hope it was at least like the women.
That's what I'm saying.
I hope it was the women. I feel like it was probably the women. Yeah, hopefully. And then so they have this like weird spiritual marriage ceremony.
Yeah.
And then they carry her off to somewhere, which we'll get to in the next episode.
Yeah, there's a creepy the scene, and I feel like it's a theme with however kind of Helena's point of view shots are shot. It's like very distorted and like very shaky and unsteady. And then you see it's kind of like, you know, carrying the bride through the threshold, like across the threshold.
What were you thinking was happening before we? But like I know, like when we're like we finished the 4th episode, so you know what happened. What do you think was happening?
Okay, so obviously, so you know, guy, lady get married, and then he carries her across the threshold in the wedding dress, and then they do it. Mm-hmm. Like, and I'm like, so that's why I'm like uber uncomfortable.
Especially because you know
Yikes.
Helena's sedated pretty much.
Yeah, she done roofied and got married.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't Vegas. This is a cult.
Yeah.
It makes it so much worse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Who do you like more, Proletheans or Dyad? They're both bad.
Yeah, well, you asked me that as we were watching it. And you're like, who are you more scared of, the Proletheans or the Dyad? I'm like, oh, the Proletheans. Obviously, the crazy, creepy cult people.
Yeah.
I am not okay with in any capacity.
We'll get to more what happened to Helena in the next episode.
Always vote against creepy religious cult.
Yep. Anyway, let's get back to Sarah, shall we?
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
All right, so they're in this cabin, and it's around nighttime. Everybody's sleeping, and somebody comes by, and it's the person who owns the cabin.
Yeah.
This isn't good. And Felix is trying to wake Sarah up.
Yeah, he's like, we gotta get the hell out of here.
But then the guy, like, you know, obviously sees somebody broke into my house.
Yeah, he pissed.
And tries to attack Felix. Mm-hmm. And it's I'd say very handsome man.
Yeah, he's like kind of a mountain man.
Like
a secluded mountain man.
But we find out Sarah knows him. His name is Cal.
Yeah.
And basically she robbed him of $10,000.
Yeah. A few years ago.
Well, a few years ago. I'd say about 8 years ago.
Huh.
If we're going to say that. Because then Kira walks down.
Yeah.
And she's just like, look, it's just my friend Cal. And then Kira, being the resourceful person that she is, says, are you my dad? Yes.
And Sarah doesn't confirm or deny.
Well, I love the looks on everybody's face. Because, like, Cal's just kind of like, oh, I bet you say that to all the men. And, like, being kind of cute. And then Sarah just, like, gives him a look, and he's just like, fuck. Oh. And then Felix is like, fuck.
Oh, no, because Felix doesn't know.
Felix didn't know.
He didn't, he never knew.
Probably nobody knew.
Nobody knew, yeah.
Yeah. But, like, are you, like, 100% sure? Because, like, there was a scene, like, the next scene, like, which was, like, during the day. Because at least it was nice enough to let him just, like, sleep there for the night.
Yeah.
And, like, she basically says the timing fits, like, she's yours.
Yeah.
Were you, like, thinking, like, maybe she's not 100% sure or no?
No, I was buying it.
Yeah, me too. And, but so now we have this new character, Cal, played by, I don't know if it's pronounced Michael or Mikael, because he's Danish.
Okay, how do you spell it? Is he, like, actually Danish?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's like a Danish actor.
Hello, Dutchman.
Hooray. Michiel.
Could be Michael. Mikhail.
That's something, I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, he was born in, he was, the town near Amsterdam.
Nice.
Did you recognize him?
No. What else is he in?
He's been in stuff. Like, actually around this time, he was also in Game of Thrones.
Okay. Well, I don't watch that, so.
Yeah, you don't. He's been in a bunch of... He's, like, one of those actors, like, I feel like if you've, like, seen him and stuff, he was in World War Z.
Who was he in World War Z?
Ellis.
Oh, I don't remember.
He's also played a guy named... Do you remember I told you about the movie that he was in The Age of Adeline with Blake Lively. He was, like, the main guy there. He was in that one Reese Witherspoon movie. He was on... I think his other big thing was he was in the show Treme and Nashville.
Okay.
And, like, as in, like, starring or recurring roles. So, he's in the Harley Davidson show too. Good for him.
Nice, good for him.
So he's been in stuff.
Yeah, he's been around.
Yeah. And what are your thoughts on Cal? I think he actually seems like a really nice guy.
He seems like he's an honest kind of dude, and so far I like him. But of course, I don't trust anyone on this show
except for the clones. And Felix.
Yeah.
And Kira.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, even then, I don't trust. I don't trust anyone 100%.
And
no
Art,
one. I want to trust Art. I like Art.
But we did learn a bit about Cal. He actually did. He's actually really smart.
Yeah,
he created like bee drones for like pollination to help with that,
which is awesome because bees are a cornerstone of our ecosystem. And if the bees die, we die too. Anyway, this has been my PSA. Thank you for listening to First Reaction Fan Reaction.
However, his partners wanted to sell to the military, so they bought him out.
Yeah.
And now they shoot like drones. It's bad.
Now it's like the bad.
So
drones.
he's a bit like upset. About Understandably, but like,
now
but I think
cabin.
I think what this shows is what will probably come up in the next episode is he has a bit of connection to the military. Then
yes, keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind.
Got it.
And then Felix is obviously upset at Sarah for not telling him who his niece's father was.
Yeah.
And the fact that, like, she, like, probably, like, led them to this cabin, like, on purpose. Which I think, like, I don't know if it's 100% I'd say it's about, like, 85% on purpose. Yeah. Like, she knew that they were in the area and was like, I'm just going to go here. Mm-hmm. And, like, it's clear that, like, I think it's kind of clear that, like, when she was with him, she definitely liked him.
Oh, yeah.
Like, a good amount.
Oh, yeah.
And that she trusts him. Because, like, she's willing to, like, let her daughter stay with him. Like, she trusts him enough. And Felix is a bit upset, so then he leaves, hence why he's at Allison's play. Mm-hmm. And we found out, like, later that night, Cal and Sarah are talking, and he saves her ass from a cop guy, a nice cop guy.
Yeah.
Who didn't deserve what happened to him.
No, he seems like a friend.
He's
shaped like a friend.
Anyway.
No, not anymore.
But we find out that she basically, when they were being, I don't know if they said this, but like, she was basically with him for like a month. Mm-hmm. And then had like all of his information, but only stole about 10 grand. Mm-hmm. But she could have stolen for a lot more, but didn't because things got complicated, which later leads on to the sex.
Yes.
Which, like, compared to like most of the sex that's been in the show, like even like with Paul, it seemed a bit more romantic.
Yeah. It seemed two people like really connecting there.
Yeah, like nice. I'm kind of happy because like, you know, Paul's kind of out of the picture. Mm-hmm. And like I was like kind of like rewatching it, like it kind of really didn't seem like Sarah was like that into Paul.
Yeah.
If you think about it, she was kind of just like, it's kind of just like stress sex.
Yeah. At first she was just doing it to like keep up, you know.
Appearances.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like, I'm really stressed. Let's just
go for it.
Bang away.
Yeah.
But like, you know what? Good for Sarah.
You know what? Yeah.
Be with a nice guy who's probably can, like, be away from all of this and, like, if you need to, take care of your daughter.
It's important to have a nice baby daddy.
He seems so nice. Anyway, back to some bad stuff. So it's the next day, and the family's having fun. Kira goes out to feed the chickens, and then Daniel, who's been, like, kind of following them around, remember, was somebody who worked for Rachel.
Yeah, that guy.
And has been following them around, like, finds them, tries to take Kira doing the proper thing and screaming for her mother.
Yes.
And then Sarah bolts out the door. Daniel just, like, points a gun at her, basically saying, like, nope. Like, no, I'm taking the kid. Mm-hmm. Don't take kids. Don't do that.
Don't kidnap. Kidnapping is bad.
She kind of, like, gets him down a bit. She's gone, like, makes him let go of Kira. Kira runs to Cal.
Yeah.
And this is kind of when I started really liking Cal. And, like, if he was going to, if he turned out to, like, be a bad guy, he probably could have done it here, but didn't.
Right.
Which, like, literally, he takes Kira, puts her in the house, and then gets a shotgun or a rifle or whatever, and is, like, defending the house.
Yes.
I'm like, good on you, man.
Very nice.
But Daniel's got Sarah, got a gun pointed at her. And basically, they're gonna drive back to the Diet Institute, which is, that should be fun.
Yeah, it'll be a good time because we really like those people too.
Well, they're driving back, and Daniel finds the picture, and he wants to know who they are, and then they get hit by a car or a truck on Daniel's side. That should be pointed out.
Yes.
And then the end.
And that's it.
That's it. How are you feeling?
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man.
I mean, I did mention, there was a couple things, the only thing I didn't really mention was that the bird watchers get burnt alive. Not burnt alive. They're dead.
Yeah.
The Proletheans burn them.
Yeah, the Proletheans come in because, they were in contact, obviously, and then they're like, oh, crap, gotta burn that evidence. So
it's like, oh, well, and then that's it.
But this was a good episode. I mean, it had some part where I was like, yeah. But, yeah.
Yeah, did you think, I guess, one thing I wasn't expecting throughout this entire show was oh, we're going to meet Kira's father.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, kind of off and on. Just kind of oh, I wonder if that's something that, is going to, that could either be a plot point or that can either be something that we don't worry about because it's not relevant. And as we see, it's a plot point.
It's a plot point now.
Yeah, but I think I like the addition to him as a character. It doesn't feel like they're shoehorning in characters or they're just trying to add people to the cast or if they're just trying to throw in some drama. It feels like a kind of organic addition. So yeah. I like it so far.
What about the stuff with all the other clones? You're worried about Helena?
Yeah, a little bit because I was really creeped out. I'm telling you, I don't like them hyper-religious cults. I don't like them.
Does anybody except for people who are in them?
I guess not, but I'm just real
I feel like there's probably worse ones out there. Saying are there worse ones out there? In real life?
Yeah. But that doesn't mean this excuses any of it.
Yeah, and then we learned some stuff with Cosima. Allison's just a mess.
Allison is just a mess, yeah. Her whole thing is just her whole thing, but she's still entertaining to watch.
I feel like the fact that she's kind of in public and surrounded by some people who care about her, I feel like she's probably gonna be okay.
Yeah, hopefully. But yeah, and then the stuff with the science stuff I find actually really interesting. I'm like, ooh, it's I don't know, it's like a mystery kind of, and I really like that.
I think my surprise watching this episode is that I am not grossed out by horror movies and when there's blood spatter and all that gross stuff.
Yeah.
I'm grossed out by medical blood.
Oh, okay.
I find I cannot watch most medical shows. I can't watch. There's a couple exceptions, mainly the only exception really is House. Mm-hmm. But I can't watch them because I hate medical stuff, and that didn't really gross me out that much. It grossed me out a little bit. I don't know why. It's just if it's anything medical related, I'm just nope.
Yeah.
I'm good. But we did learn a little bit about that.
Yeah. So I think these two episodes fit really well together. So we should talk about
episode 4.
Yeah.
Shall we? After this break.
Okay.
And a word from our sponsor.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hey, Dara.
What's up?
Let's take a minute to talk about our sponsor, DeepDiscount.com.
Let's do that, shall we?
All right. DeepDiscount.com is a great way to buy some cool movies and TV shows at really great prices.
Yes, it is.
We've been talking to them for a while, but that's because there are so many things to buy on deepdiscount.com and so many great options. And we are still in the month of March, and for the entire month of March, you can get in on that Shark Madness sale, which is really good. Yeah, Shark Madness. They have all kinds of movies and TV shows. Just go on the website, scroll through some of those categories. You can find anything you want: some action, some adventure, some comedy, some anime if you're into that stuff. And
you listen to us, you probably are.
Yeah, true. I mean, you seem, I don't want to stereotype you, but you seem kind of like a nerd, dear listener. And seems like you might like that sort of thing.
Yes, it would.
DeepDiscount.com also has some new releases. Just out on March 20th, we have Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. And that's that new one. And I was super nervous about it, but you kept telling me about it. You said you liked it.
It was probably one of the funniest movies I saw in 2017.
And that is saying something, I guess. Because, there's some good movies in 2017. There was a lot of movies in 2017.
There were.
So go to deepdiscount.com, check out Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, which is just about $20 on Blu-ray. Not too.
That's a movie I'd probably want to own and but that might become just like one of those movies that like I'm like maybe like making a list of like travel movies. That would be one of them because it's just like a nice, fun, funny movie.
And sometimes you don't need anything serious. You just need to sit back and watch something fun.
Yes.
Check it out. And everybody loves Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Everyone.
That's true.
Statistically, you can't not love Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
That is true. Can we still call him The Rock? Do people still call him that?
Sure.
All right.
You are my Dwayne, my Rock, my Johnson. There's so many shows, so many choices, Blu-rays, DVDs, and even 4K. That Ultra HD, and all are at great prices. Go to deepdiscount.com, support our sponsor, and be good to yourself. Buy your favorites and watch what you want when you want. Check it out. Thanks, Deep Discount.
Thank you. And we're back.
Yeah!
Episode 4 of Season 2 of Orphan Black. You feeling good?
I'm feeling ready.
More stuff was progressed. We're going to kind of go with the same format. We're going to talk about Sarah for about half of it.
Okay.
And then we're going to go talk about all the other characters.
Yeah, let's do it.
And then we'll go back to Sarah.
Yeah.
So Sarah wakes up after the car crash. And I feel like, here's some advice. If you want to, like, save somebody, car crash isn't the best thing to do. It's a thing to do. Because, like, Sarah's fine. Mine, it's, like, probably a bump on the head.
Yeah.
But it turns out who crashed into the car, it was Cal trying to save her.
Yes.
Good on you, man.
Yeah, he came back to save the day. I like him so far.
You're concerned.
I'm always concerned.
You're concerned. But, and Daniel's knocked out, thank God.
Thank Jesus.
I love this thing, because, like, you said, like, she's smart for a second, because she, like, grabs his phone, the picture, and his gun.
Yeah.
But does not really check the pulse that well to see that if he's dead or not. She just says, I think he's dead.
Yeah, she does. She just kind of kind of taps him and it's like, is he dead?
To be fair.
I feel like there's a problem in this show. There's a problem in this whole show where people don't know how to properly check a pulse. And I think we should create some kind of PSA of how to properly check a pulse.
Well, one, I think Cosima knows how to check a pulse.
Yeah.
2, Sarah was just in a car accident. Mm-hmm. She might not be fully thinking straight. A lot happened in like 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. So, she might not be 100% thinking straight.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
Okay.
But then there's like a police car coming because, we forgot to mention this in the last episode. Daniel killed the nice cop.
Yeah.
His name was Tommy. He didn't deserve this.
No, he did not deserve it. Like, nope, did not. He was just trying to be a good dude.
I bring this up because like Sarah's like holding the gun. It looks like she's about to like shoot the cop if they come towards her.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
And then Cal points out, you're holding a murder weapon. And she's like, fuck. And then throws the gun back. I don't know if that's the smartest move. Maybe like throw it in the wood. Well, then the cops might have found it. Mm-hmm. Who knows? And then they hide the car and Daniel.
Yes.
And they're driving back to somewhere. They're not going back to the house because that would be dumb. Mm-hmm. Like, Cal just wants to know what's going on. And, like, says, like, look, I'm in this. What's going on? Like, where? Like, who's after you?
Yeah.
So that's interesting. And also, like we said, Sarah took Daniel's phone. And at this point, Rachel doesn't know what happened. Mm-hmm. So Sarah's thinking, all right, maybe I can just, like, text her saying, like, as Daniel, saying we're good.
Yeah.
And then, like, keep them off the trail for a little bit.
Right.
And we go somewhere else that I guess Cal... I would say, like, it's surprising, like, how much stuff Cal owns. But then I'm remembering, like, I think, like, he got bought out for a good amount of money. Mm-hmm. So we'll go with that. And he basically... Kira's safe.
Yeah.
He told her to hide.
And she did it.
And she did.
She done did hid.
Yeah, it sounds like he's being a pretty good dad.
Yay.
Yay.
Really jumped right into that role, huh?
You know what? Good for him.
Good for him.
Good for him. Because some men wouldn't do that. Mm-hmm. Good for him. And he's got a camper? RV? I don't know. Is there a difference?
Not really. It's a camper.
All right, whatever. I think the one thing that's interesting is that it's not in his name, which is interesting. He might just... I feel like he's trying to just like hide and be off the grid as much as possible.
Yeah.
So it's not in his name, and they're going to take that and stay in that for a bit. Mm-hmm. And we are driving away, and we're gonna get Wi-Fi, and also we're gonna talk to Cosima about some stuff. Cosima doesn't do much this episode, I would say.
Not really. She's just kind of.
I feel like sometimes like a clone's gonna have like a good like plot line for the episode, and sometimes they're just gonna like be there to help out.
Right.
So that was Cosima this episode. Basically, Sarah talks to her, shows her the picture.
Yeah, and Cosima's going to try to get info on Project Leda.
Yeah, and we learn about what Leda and the Swan was.
Yeah, which is it's a mythology thing.
Yeah, Zeus came down as a swan, and as Cosima put it, got it on with this queen.
Yeah, which happens a lot in Greek mythology.
Now we say get it, but we say now if we're going to say Greek mythology and get it on might mean another term. I was saying like unconsensually getting it on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because if you know them Greek gods,
they really just love to do it.
Like if you actually read the story of Medusa, guys.
Yikes,
guys.
Oh,
I was talking to a friend about this. Like I was saying, like the way I learned the story of Medusa was just like Medusa was like being so pretty. And she's like, I'm as pretty as Athena, and then Athena got pissed and turned her into Medusa.
Bitch.
Guys, that's not what happened, guys.
No, it's not what happened at all.
No, it's not what happened. We're not gonna get into it.
No,
but look it up, guys. I like Greek mythology is interesting.
Yes.
But yeah, so they're going to look into that. I think something also be pointing out that Cosima says that Leda sounds military, and there's a soldier in the picture.
Yeah, in the background there's a dude with a gun.
So maybe connected to the military. Cosima's going to find that out, and Sarah has a favorite ask of Cal. Mm-hmm. And basically she wants him to take care of Kira for like a few hours while she goes back home to find some stuff. Mm-hmm. Just saying that. And Kira says like goodbye to her mom and gives her, I think we were talking during this line, but like, Cal's like doing origami.
Yeah.
And Kira says like an angel. And Cal says, well, I was thinking a butterfly, but sure, we'll go with angel.
Yeah.
And,
Kira has a thing for angels.
And gives it to Sarah before she leaves. And then she finally tells Cal that the company she's after the company that's after her is kind of the dyad.
Yeah.
And there's like, it's kind of a weirdish look. It's not like it's kind of lingering on Cal.
Yeah. They definitely, the camera kind of stays on Cal a little bit. We're supposed to take in his expression, which is like, okay.
Well, I kind of noticed like when she says dyad, there's like the music note, but it's not like a full, like there's not like a long pause and then he says something. He kind of just says something immediately.
Yeah.
So kind of to me sounds like, okay, he knows what the dyad community, like what the company is.
Yeah.
Like maybe.
But he's not like connected.
He's not like 100. Maybe that's where his company got sold to.
Maybe.
You know? Or he's, horrible and we don't know. Let's hope not.
Anything is possible.
Let's hope it turns out like Art, who's actually a really good guy.
Yes, please.
Please?
My son.
Nope. And, yep. Do you want? Okay, let's go to. Okay, so that we're gonna stop with Sarah for now because then the rest of it's kind of we'll get to her. That's near the end. We'll wake up with Allison, and she looks bad.
Yeah,
like her hair is all messed up. She's still in her outfit from the play. She's got a cast on. I don't know what she broke. Probably something.
Probably fractured an elbow or something.
Yeah, and she throws up.
A lot.
Sounds like she's probably detoxing.
Yeah.
But she wakes up like somewhere, she doesn't know where she is.
Yes.
And she's kind of freaking out. But then this nurse comes in and she thinks like it's something with diet. And she's like, well, what is going on?
Yeah, she wants to speak to Dr. Leakey.
Yep. Turns out this has nothing to do with diet. Allison's in rehab.
She's just in rehab.
To be fair.
That's probably a good place for her to be.
Yes. Because she's got problems.
Yeah.
I think it's just like the fact that she's just like bottling everything up, which kind of doesn't help with that, and just like using all of this not good stuff to cope.
Yeah, this is a bad coping mechanism.
And she points out, because Felix comes to visit her, because she thinks that like Donnie institutionalized her.
Yeah.
And then Felix like, no, you need to like consent.
Yeah, like there's consent.
I think there's like some forms of like if it's like if somebody thinks like you're in endangerment to yourself, then it can be involuntary.
Right.
But for the most part, you gotta consent. And it sounds like Allison is like has been in like a blur for a while because she says she didn't even remember the curtain going up.
Yeah.
So she's been out of it.
Yeah.
For a long while. But Felix says, let's just like stay here for a week. And then we'll get you out and you'll just be like refreshed and good as new.
Yeah.
So that's kind of her plan. Mm-hmm. But then Donnie shows up and she's still upset with him. And Donnie's just being Donnie. It sounds like what are you thinking about the fact that like Donnie's a monitor and like what he's doing?
I don't know. I feel like there's stuff we don't know about Donnie. And I'm like kind of curious because I'm like, I don't know where it's going to go. I feel like it's going to go somewhere or nowhere. And I'm like really trying to figure it out. But
yeah, he brings up a point though that's saying like, according to his like something with like his lawyer, and basically saying like, I don't think you should be around the kids.
Yeah,
until you have to finish the program, or else you're not going to see the kids.
Right.
I don't think he's wrong.
No,
I'm not saying the kids like. I'm saying like maybe like for now, don't see the kids, and maybe like halfway through, if she like is like actually taking this seriously, then she can see the kids. Mm-hmm. And then, because, like, we got to think about the children.
The children, these poor babies.
They've been staying with their grandmother a lot.
Oh no, these poor children.
Aw, so it looks like Allison's probably going to be forced to stay there for a while, which is probably the best for her. Mm-hmm. Just saying. Because, she needs it. Mm-hmm. God. Anyway, okay, before we get into the one thing, let's talk about Mrs. S, who's back.
Mrs. S is back, yeah.
Hooray! We meet up, if you remember the guy who like threw Sarah in the trunk in the second episode, his name is Benjamin. Mm-hmm. He is a genuine good guy because he didn't know about the bird watchers turning.
Yeah, he's not in with the bird watchers. He's like his own. He's just does stuff.
I love the line, like, Mrs. S kind of sneaks into his car and being like, if you were, we wouldn't be having a conversation. You'd be dead.
Yeah.
And she needs the paper. She needs to go to London because she was looking for Carlton. Mm-hmm. But Benjamin says, he's here. He got in a week ago. So Mrs. S decides to get into something a bit more, shall we say, you can say it.
I missed it.
I was about to say like a bit more not grandmotherly.
Oh, yes.
Yes, very nice.
Yes.
And as I'm going to use her words, she sees a pint and a pair of tits.
Yes. And she knows that's where he's going to be.
That's where he's going to be. So then she like checks the bathroom and they have like this nice conversation. And it's like, it seems a bit intense. Mm-hmm. And then they bang.
Yeah, they do it.
And it's like kind of like I love it. He's like, my room's upstairs. And she's kind of like what, you gone soft? And they're just going to do it there?
They're just going to do it. And there's like something really great about this on like a meta scale, because like usually like Hollywood has this whole thing with ageism and like older people can't be sexy unless you're like an old man doing it with a younger woman, which happens all the time.
Mrs. S is like hot though.
Yeah, well, yeah, and so you have this like lady who's like probably like old by Hollywood standards. She's really not that old, but she's like a grandmother in the show. But also, and then she's getting this on this other guy, and it's like old people doing interracial sex, and that's awesome on just like early meta.
And I know that Mrs. S lied, but she's been through stuff. So you know what? Good for her.
Yeah, just get it on.
Get it on with like obviously like I don't know if they were in a relationship or they were just having sex.
Yeah,
but it sounds like they just have sex. So the actress Maria Doyle Kenny is 53.
Okay.
So good for her.
Yeah, good for her.
And after the sex, they're talking, and they said they need to find somebody. We'll be right back after I find this thing out. Oh well, they're basically saying they need to like look for. I think it's like for like the free man or like the free bird or something.
Yeah, what was that guy? Like the drop off guy or something.
Yeah, like this one guy.
Yeah, this dude.
And that's kind of why Carlton's there, and doesn't really know much else about it.
Yeah,
sounds like he knows less than Mrs. S.
Yeah,
but basically just says Mrs. S kind of says, take me to him, or like whoever it is, and we'll be good.
They need to start somewhere.
So take me there, and we're good. That's kind of what happens there. We'll find out more later.
Ooh, I'm excited. I'm really digging this side plot with Mrs. S because she knows stuff, and I want to know what she knows.
She knows stuff. Do you think like what do you like? Are you?
What do you like? I don't know because it seems like she's hiding stuff. But she's hiding stuff for a good reason. There's stuff that she knows, but there's stuff that she doesn't know.
She's definitely still being a mother and, like, still obviously loves her kids and Kira. So, like, she's kind of doing this. Because, like, she basically says, like, I need to find this out before Sarah does so that, like, I can help her. Mm-hmm. So it sounds like it's still coming. Because, like, even in the second episode, she says, like, I've always been on your side. Yeah. So she's doing this for her kids. She's the best mother.
She's so good.
You want to get into a little bit of Helena?
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
So we're back at the Prolethean compound.
Yeah.
Thing.
Whatever that place is.
She's a bit. Her head hurts a bit. Mm-hmm. And Hendrick's wife. That's gonna get annoying. Yeah. I forget her name. It doesn't really matter. So it says like, "Oh, you were sedated," and Helena's like saying like, "There are all these people around me," and like the wife, who I love, is also horrible.
Yeah, just a terrible person. She, like, you know, is telling her that, like, no, it's, like, because you're injured. Yeah, that's why everything's weird.
Yeah. And that kind of thing. And they're kind of, I don't know if because they still see Art, like, taking pictures. I'm not sure. They're not, like, that worried about him, though.
Yeah, because you know, in their mind, there's nothing to see.
Even though there is.
Yeah.
I don't know if they think, like, that he is, like, fully connected to, like, if he's just a cop. Yeah. Or if he's, like, connected to, like, the clones. I don't know what they know.
Or if he's just, like, some dude with a camera.
No, they know he's up to something.
Yeah, they know he's up to something, but they don't know his affiliation.
And then Helena keeps saying, so Helena's still, like, muttering stuff, and she's a bit concerned. There's also a wedding ring on her.
Yeah.
Ew,
gross. She's polygamized
and
now.
Then
great job.
Their sweet daughter, Gracie, comes into Helena's room and tries to kill her.
She tries to smother her. She, like, all Othello style with the pillow, like...
Yep, and then Helena pretends to be dead.
Yeah.
Gracie also does not check a pulse. However, she's in a religious cult. Probably doesn't know how to do that. So,
sucks for you,
Helena's faking dead, and then when Grace starts walking away, she, like, chokes her into unconsciousness.
Yes.
And then runs off and is trying to, like, get out of this place.
Yeah, she's trying to get the hell out of there.
And then ends up entering this, like, one room, and, like, it kind of looks familiar to her. It's, like, a lab room, and we start getting flashbacks to what happened.
They
took her eggs.
Yep.
They took her eggs.
Yep.
Gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ew.
Whew.
How you feeling?
Buddy, that's yikes. They done did it.
I don't know if they took all of her eggs, but they took a lot of her eggs.
Probably not all.
Probably
enough to do things with them.
But
really, they get
I was about to say, but as we're saying, ew.
Yeah.
You know what's, like, nice? Like, the fact that, like, the villains of this show, their main, like, evil thing is fertility.
Yeah, it's interesting in a way.
So Helena kind of figures out, like, what happened. Fully figures it out.
Yeah.
She kind of has an inkling, but then she escapes. Hooray. Mm-hmm. And then Art sees her, and he kind of is like, oh, crap.
He's like, what the hell?
I think he's in shock, so he doesn't do much. He just, like, lets her run.
Yeah.
And then everybody in the compound, like, finds out what happened, and Art does distract the guys with his copness.
Yeah. Because he's like, oh, shouldn't you have a permit for those guns? They just kind of ignore him.
And then they go off to find Helena. At least they gave her a bit to run off for a bit. So yay! We did it, guys.
Yeah, something's going on.
Anyway, back to Sarah.
Yeah.
So she goes back to the house. And Felix is also there.
Yeah,
and
Mrs. S's house.
Yeah, Mrs. S's house. And they're just, like, looking through some of her stuff.
Mm-hmm. Trying to get some info. Some deets.
Yeah, they go back on the picture of Carlton, and they find some newspaper clippings. That the one that doesn't really matter is that, like, he was in Carlton went to jail for human smuggling, which we kind of already knew.
Yeah.
For about 15 years. And then also there's a paper about some scientists who died in a lab explosion.
Yes.
And their names are Susan and Ethan Duncan. So.
Same last name as Rachel Duncan. That bitch.
So it looks like they might be her adoptive parents. And probably either, and we kind of get this confirmed, like, looking at the picture from Project Lita, that's probably them in the picture.
Yeah, it looks just like them.
Yes. So they might have, it sounds like they might have also, because, like, Rachel's, like, kind of like the self-aware clone, they might have actually been the head of this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So then Sarah decides she's got a little bit of time before she has to go back to go to Rachel's apartment.
Yes.
To see what it's like, to see, like, if she can find anything on them.
Right.
So we go there. Hooray.
Yay.
And she's talking with Felix and Cosima about, because she gives the information to Felix to give to Cosima. and finds out more about not Rachel, Susan and Ethan.
Yeah.
And they seem like really smart people, and that they raised Rachel. And I love how like Cosima basically describes like there would have, since she was a self-aware clone, there would have been this like entitled sense of narcissism, and like she would have not had much emotional attachment and like that kind of thing. But it's like we're just saying that's like paired with like this video.
Yeah, there's a bunch of VHS tapes.
There's a bunch of VHS tapes, and it's like paired with this one video of like Rachel as a kid, like playing with her parents, and it seems like a very emotional attachment. Like it seems, and the fact that it was in the VCR, kind of seems like she has a real emotional attachment to these people.
Right.
So something interesting about Rachel.
Yes, she's a human, even though she doesn't act like one.
Well, like it's pointing out that like she wasn't raised like in a lab without emotions, like nobody caring about her. Sounds like
she's raised like as like a normal person,
and then her parents died in a lab explosion. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. That can mess someone up.
Yep. Anyway, surprise, surprise. Later on, Daniel's alive.
Yeah.
And goes back to the apartment.
Because we don't know how to properly check a pulse in
Again, it was a panic situation.
Oh, boy.
So we go back. So Daniel's back at the apartment, calling Leaky, basically saying, like, I didn't find blah, blah, blah. Rachel. Sarah's just, like, trying to get out of there. Doesn't work. Daniel catches her. Mm-hmm. Can't kill her, as we've said. Mm-hmm. But does knock her the fuck out.
Yes.
And ties her up.
Yep.
And it's torture.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing about Daniel is that did you mention this? That he is Rachel's monitor, and they kind of got it on.
He's Rachel's love boy / monitor.
Toy. Yeah, boy toy, but also monitor. So he monitors her for legally. So even Rachel's not above it all.
Okay, we'll go with that. Anyway.
Or is she?
Who knows? But we start off with the torture. He's got a straight razor, and he just like cuts behind Sarah's ear.
Yikes!
I don't know like what's back there. I feel like
not a lot of muscle, like not a lot of fat, so it would hurt a lot.
Yeah, it sounded like it did.
Yeah,
but then some music turns on. That's weird. Mm-hmm. And then Daniel goes out to check what it is. There's a scuffle
that we don't see.
There's some stuff like falling over, and then Daniel's covered in more blood, and it's dead. Yeah. So Daniel. R.I.P. But guess who killed him?
We hardly knew ye.
Guess who killed him?
It was
Helena. Just like this like creepy look of just like this like wedding gown and blood.
Yeah. And especially since last time that Sarah saw her, like she had shot her.
Yes, I love
and she was also dying on the floor. So you know the expression there is amazing.
It's just kind of like
like the holy what?
It's like a mix.
It's amazing.
Like she's in pain. She's tied up. This person's come back from the dead.
There's a lot going on.
It's so much going on.
Yeah.
But so Helena's a bit of a mess. And I kept saying, like, Helena, drop the knife, please. Just drop it. Mm-hmm. Drop the knife.
Yeah.
And then she basically says, like, to Sarah, I need your help. I think they took something from inside me. They did.
They did. Spoiler.
And there was, like, a hug thing.
Yeah. And then, it's a very interesting moment.
Well, yeah. And Sarah's just, like, super upset. There's a lot going on, guys.
There's so much going on.
And then we go back to for the final bit, we go back to the Proletheans. Mm-hmm. And it's not good, guys. Because basically, like, after Helena says they took something from inside me, we're like, oh, yes, they did.
Yep.
And now they're fertilizing it.
Yep. They got the eggs, and now they're going to try to make a baby in a test tube.
Ew.
That's bad.
Ew.
That's scary.
Look, I'm not saying, like, if Helena wants to have babies, that's fine.
It should be consensual, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, with her permission.
Yeah, like, what? Like, just, like, sometimes you might get a good answer. Just ask.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, man.
At least it wasn't like a wedding night scene.
Oh.
Like, at least it wasn't that. But actually, it's still kind of a form. I would say it's still kind of a form of rape if you think about it.
No, this definitely falls under some kind of degree of rape. Like, yikes.
Don't you love it? How you doing?
Oh, no.
I hope it doesn't get worse.
Yeah. I'm so scared.
I know you are. It's okay. How you feeling?
I'm so skewed out by that whole thing. It's so like, yikes. But things are really happening, huh? Oh man, we're like on with this Project Lita stuff. Mrs. S is gonna get. I'm really excited for Mrs. S's plotline because that's gonna be fun.
Yep.
I'm excited for it.
Yep. Anything else? Did you have any like favorite moments? Anything you're super concerned about?
Well, I'm concerned about everything.
Yes.
And everything and anything. So Yeah. Yikes. I'm just curious to see where everything goes, because this Danny guy, he's dead now. So what's gonna happen with that? And then we got these twins back together. So what the hell's gonna go on with that? There's so much gonna happen.
He's also dead in Rachel's apartment.
Yeah. Yikes.
That's weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it for those episodes. Did you like these ones a lot?
I did. You know, the premiere of season 2, I didn't know. Like, I say this in the last episode. I feel like when you get into a second season, you can go, like, really heavy with the lore. And I was afraid that it was going to go too much towards that way, and it was going to lose some of the feeling that the first season had, like some of the more grounded feeling. But I think with these episodes, they really struck a good balance. And it didn't feel like, I feel like it still had some of the energy that the first season had, but with balancing the new plots of the second season. So I really like how it all kind of turned out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Want to do a comment corner if we have?
Yeah. Well, did you have thoughts on the episode or what?
Oh no, for some reason, like the third episode is kind of one that like I've gone back to a lot to just like rewatch. I don't know why. It's just kind of like one of those episodes that like if I just like, want to watch an episode, I tend to go to that one.
Yeah.
I guess because I just find it interesting, and I think episode 4 was an episode like I didn't appreciate for a while, like I didn't enjoy it fully, and like kind of like looking into it more and going back to it.
Yeah,
I like it a bit more. So yeah, I really do like these episodes, and this season's about to get a whole lot more interesting.
Oh man, there's so much happening.
All right,
and it's time for a comment corner. So yeah, I'm gonna just read a couple because we'll try to spread these out across the next couple episodes. Let's see. I have one from Pat the Man, who commented on a lot of our chorus stuff. So thanks for coming back for Orphan Black. And he says, I thought that Ainsley's husband's name was Brad. Am I wrong?
You
yes.
are. His name is Chad. Either way. Both names probably is skewed with super good looking men who probably cheat on their wives. Hashtags not all Brad. Brad's.
Hashtag not all Chads. I know some nice Brads. I know some nice Chads who wouldn't do that. Maybe.
I knew a couple when I was younger, but I don't really talk to them anymore, though. Or, like, I didn't even talk to them before. I just, like, knew who they were, but they were nice.
Anyway, shout out to my friend Brad, who I just texted, like, 3 minutes ago. Hey. Yeah, okay. I have some more comments from the lovely Michaela Diaz, who comments on all of our reactions.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we look, it's always nice to open our
We're happy you're a
YouTubes
fan of Orphan Black, as it seems.
And Legend of Korra, too, because she was also commenting on a lot of our Legend of Korra stuff. So it's cool to just have you stick around. And who says, yes, I love your reaction, girls. Can't wait to see your other reaction. The show is amazing.
Yeah.
Another one, it says a similar thing. Can't wait to see your season 2 reaction. Well, we are reacting to season 2 right now. And let me tell you, things are happening.
They are. Everything's fine.
All right. I think we'll keep the rest of the comments to the other episodes.
Okie doke.
We'll wrap it up.
All right. So that's the end of this episode of First Reaction Fan Reaction. If you're listening to this on YouTube, you can subscribe.
Yeah, do that.
Leave a like and comment and turn on your notifications because I've heard they've been messing up with that.
Yeah. Like, get your notifications so you know when the heck we're posting things. And just a reminder, if you comment, we read those on the show like we just did. Like, literally, that could be you, your face here, or your comment right here on this show.
Yep. Sorry, I'm doing something real quick. If you want to like other stuff, like our social media stuff, we're on Facebook at Witty Clothes Productions, so like us there. Leave a comment somewhere on a post. It's fine. You can follow us on Twitter, where we don't like tweet out stuff randomly. We just kind of mainly just like tweet like, hey, we have a thing up now.
Yeah, we should start doing that.
Probably should.
Follow us on Twitter to see what kind of exciting stuff we'll post next. We are at Witty Clothes.
Also, we have an email, which is wittyclothes@gmail.com. So if you want to email us anything, like questions or something like that, go right ahead.
Yeah.
Also, we have a Patreon, and if you want us to do more different kinds of podcasts and support us on Patreon,
yeah, we got so many ideas.
That's Patreon at wittyclothes@patreon.com or some. I forget how that goes.
However, just look up the Witty Clothes and you'll find us. Yep.
So support us more. Hopefully, when we get to the $50 mark, we might be starting a Lifetime movie podcast because we love to torture ourselves.
I'm weirdly excited for that one.
Oh my god, me too.
It's gonna be a good time.
And is that it for social media?
I think that's it.
Support our sponsor, deepdiscount.com. I don't know if we can say that, but I'm putting it in.
Okay.
But you can delete it if you don't want it.
Yeah, okay.
All right, and that's it.
Yes.
All right, we'll be back next week with Orphan Black, Season 2, Episode 5, Ipsa Scientia Protesta Est.
Okay.
I think it's Latin.
Yeah, that sounds very Latin to me.
We're going to go with that.
Okay.
And Season 2, Episode 6, To Hound Nature in Her Wanderings.
Okay.
So one of them I can pronounce.
Yay.
I didn't take Latin, guys. All right. Listen to us next time. Peace.
Peace.